I've been in denial for a while now, coming to terms with the fact that it's all fake as a turning for me. Yeah, because the part is like you have to be able to acknowledge the truth. You've heard the idea of the truth will set you free. Like that's what I communicate to people every single day when we're doing one-on-ones. It goes down to the facts. What are the facts of the situation? Like what's actually going on here? Because a lot of times people want to ignore the facts and they want to go off their intuition, their emotions, their feelings, all this different type of stuff that the narcissist is already like predisposition to be groomed in a certain way to manipulate them and control them, and they can't really see truly. But once they take off the blinders, once they take off the rose covered glasses and realize that the field is made out of red flags, not green flags, they start realizing like, hey, there's a problem here. Okay. I don't have social media, blocked the cell and email. Could he still try to come back? I heard they often have multiple cells, emails. Yeah, a lot of times they do. A lot of times they do. It's hard not to believe he has genuine sympathy because he cries and displays cognitive empathy that you taught him. Yeah. How do I absorb them? He was actually a fraud. Yeah, absolutely. Hey.
What's up? What's up? Oh, get my spray bottle out the way, y'all. Welcome.
How are you?
I'm blessed. So I just saw that question pop up on the screen about the crying. Y'all, when I'm doing my one-on-ones, oh dear God. That's one of the main things I hate hearing. Is like, I thought he was real because he started crying. Y'all, the tears can be fake. Mm-hmm. If y'all want to see some fake tears, give me about 5 minutes. I'll bring him up to the screen for you. Y'all can see them. And you tell me whether or not it's real. Like a narcissistic man's tears for some reason are like liquid gold to y'all. But if you taste them, if you like dip your finger in the tear and lick it, you realize it's gold slugger. It's toxic. It'll get you drunk. You'll get you drunk and suck you back in there. So don't do that, yeah. It's acidic.
This is a cool one earlier that I saw earlier from soulmate to cellmate.
Oh,
it was a really cool. It was a really cool phrase. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Does a narcissist get well enough with therapy to have good relationships?
What is a good relationship, y'all? I just feel like y'all got to get specific. You have to lay out your specifics. Because one more.
They're saying, can I get my narcissist into therapy so I can live with them still?
Yeah, I mean, you can live with them without therapy, honestly. But like, what are you willing to tolerate?
That's what you want to deal with. Right?
Yeah. What are you willing to tolerate? What are you willing to sacrifice to keep this person around and things like that? Because like Ben is doing his therapy thing. I'm doing my therapy thing. Like therapy doesn't always help people, y'all. It just doesn't. It's not always the end all be all. Sometimes therapy makes people worse. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very true. I know a couple people that have been in therapy. Like I had someone today that like her husband had read Psychopath 3 like 4 times while he was still cheating on her and like leaving and all this other kind of stuff. So it's like obviously it doesn't always like sink in.
Yeah, some of that stuff you can get. Some of that stuff can make you better at manipulating people, y'all. Y'all be like, you send your husband a raw motivations video. He start using it in language on you. You know what? I listened to Ben Taylor, and you know what I came to the conclusion? That you're the narcissist. You're gaslighting me. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Ben Taylor.
Yeah. No, yeah. Actually, I think it might have been the same person today that was talking about that they follow that the ex follows both of us.
Oh yeah.
I need to like send you his username so we can block him.
Well, you're gonna just create another one.
Yeah, I know. How do you make yourself cry? Squeeze out them tears.
Is it dry crying or what? No, how do I make? Because y'all, so my passion is acting, y'all. So I can get on. Like, give me a few minutes. You give me a scene. I'll put it out there. But and the craziest thing about it, y'all, crying is not even the best thing to get y'all emotionally involved. It's holding back tears. It's people trying not to cry that will jar you. Like if a man is sitting there just like fighting tears back and his eyes started getting red and watery, you're not even actually crying, but fighting the tears back, that'll win you over too. They don't have to even cry. They can start making a noise. I see Rashika Reddy in here. I clicked on. I've been behind the scenes sharing the live on Facebook and Instagram. Rashika, age difference. How long would it take a 20-year-old to realize? It might take 20 years. It's a young girl. You never know. That's a young person with a young, fresh mind, probably with not a lot of relationship experience. You know what I mean? He a grown ass man with a 19, 20-year-old. So you might not. It might be years. I just feel like don't focus on that because it might be years. Are you gonna be waiting for him single in 25 years? He's like, I've been waiting for you to break up. Don't wait on that.
Yeah.
Rashika, turn off the
I'm
narcissistic.
gonna let you take this one. I'm gonna go get a drink because I ran in here and started without getting some.
I remember repeatedly having to tell myself, this isn't true. He's making this up to keep myself from remembering false realities. So that's one of the things. So what you just said right there, you literally just described one of the reasons that people stay in toxic relationships right there. There's really one of the main reasons that people stay in toxic relationships is the story that they tell themselves. Like literally, you tell yourself this story that keeps you in the relationship. You said it. I have to repeatedly tell myself this isn't true. He's making this up to keep myself from remembering the real false, from not remembering the false realities. You see right there, like a lot of times the story you tell yourself keeps you in a relationship, but it can also help you get out of a relationship. So I hope you got out. Did you get out of a relationship? I remember repeating to tell myself this isn't true. He's making this up. Yeah, write it down. They can protect you against gaslighting too. Write it down, document things and things like that, y'all. Damn, you're right. Choking back tears make me feel responsible. See, there you go.
Said family apologized to me for bullying, but the apology seemed only to make themselves feel better. They discarded me and I haven't spoken to them in months. I hope they never come back.
Yeah.
Some people have like narcissistic folks that apologize just to be able to manipulate, for sure.
Yes. I'm sorry for everything. Sorry for bullying you.
Have we fully disclosed our narcissism to your friends and family and taking accountability of how you treated your wife's family and friends?
I mean, the world knows now.
You've got 1.4 million over there on TikTok, so if they don't know by now.
Yeah, I said the world knows now, and like I'm open. I tell so most people in my real life. So before I started on my TikTok or my YouTube or whatever, I started on my own personal Facebook page telling people I had been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. I told people, and I was open with it. I was just like, and it was received well, so that allowed me to start doing my TikTok videos. I was like, if the people closest to me don't care and they value my opinion and they still look at me like a person, then I don't give a damn what strangers on the internet. Fuck them. What are they gonna say to me? You know what I mean? That's how my mind felt. I was just like, let's get it rolling.
Yeah.
Curbs.
This one's popped up a couple times. How do we get to a place of wanting to change? Just so no one gets too hopeful. Can you speak to that about it being very rare? Struggling
I hate reading them too. I feel like I gotta read them sometimes. But so me personally, y'all, I just feel like change is an internal thing. I just feel like me personally, I feel like most narcissistic people don't change because they don't want to change or put the effort in, put the time, effort, and energy into altering their behaviors. Because that's what it comes down to. Like me altering my behaviors makes my family's life better, makes my life better, honestly, because I can have authentic, genuine people around in my life. Because me not working on myself, just led to the unaware narcissist. If I was the unaware narcissist posting crazy shit, I could pretend to be an empath really easy, y'all. I'd be like, look, y'all, my wife is doing some crazy shit to me, but that wouldn't benefit me. You know what I mean?
Some narcissists do that out there.
Say what?
There's some narcissists that do that out there.
Oh yeah, there's quite a few. Remember we just popped one up on the other day. That woman, she was on TikTok with a survivors page. It just popped up yesterday or the day before yesterday as a self-aware narcissist. I'm just it's out there though. So don't take hope from us. Don't get on here and see two men talking about how they're still married with their children and stuff like that, and make it seem like everything's perfect. It's not, It's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. It's not. Yeah. There's work on both people. It's not just on me. It's not just on Ben. Our wives have. It's not perfect. I just say that, y'all.
Yeah. No, I think that's one thing I always try to be able to exemplify whenever I'm communicating. Like, hey, how I communicate is awareness, growth, healing, and change. You never hear hope. I don't put that in the communication I have because a lot of people get hope just by seeing us on the screen. Of like,
Yes.
oh, self-aware narcissist. I wish mine could be like that. Okay, well, I mean, it'd be nice if everybody could be honest and vulnerable, but majority of people aren't because they don't want to deal with that shame. They don't want to walk through that.
Yes.
So all narcissists cheat. I was anxious about this for 5 years every day. He denied everything, called me insecure, crazy. Now being out, I do not want to believe it.
So I'm confused right here. Did he cheat, or you still denying that he cheated?
I think she never found proof, but she's out, and so she's not one to believe that it's a possibility.
For 5 years now being out, I do not want to believe it. So I feel like believe what you. I'm gonna let you handle this one, man. I gotta think real quick because I just like I'm about to say something.
So I normally say it this way. Sometimes it pisses people off, but what the heck. But I say all narcissists cheat because like it either is physical, emotional, relational, work related, like anything. They're going to put anything above you. Like that's ultimately what it comes down to is they're going to put something or someone above you that's more important than you, that's more important than the relationship. They'll sacrifice anything in the relationship to be able to say, hey, I'm more important than what you are. So whether they're cheating on you with another person, whether they're cheating on you with like work, where that consumes all their time and they don't really care about anybody else, like there's always going to be something that's going to take higher priority than you. And I know you don't want to believe it. If you don't have proof, like that's all you've got. All you've got is your gut and things like that. One of the hardest things for people to be able to heal and grow and change as they get out of a narcissistic relationship is them actually viewing the facts and viewing like the truth of the relationship. Because majority of times people don't want to view the truth. They don't want to view what actually happened in the relationship to be able to make it easier on themselves or to, think like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Like there's, videos going around on like TikTok of like, oh, but the abuse wasn't that bad. Well, why wasn't that bad? Well, because, he didn't like unalive me, so like people are like, making fun of that in one sense, but like that's how our minds think a lot of times. So like, oh, well, it wasn't that bad, when they're later like looking down the road.
Rashika just sent me a Snapchat of you being live. Like, I saw you on here. I was in the background. Y'all didn't see me on here. I was watching. I was sharing it in the background.
I was on here trying to like plow through all the questions for you.
I was sharing it. I was in the background. I shared it on Facebook, like live right now at YouTube. How or why did each of you decide to seek treatment? How do you avoid slipping back into your narcissistic behaviors? So I'm gonna answer part 2 of that question right here. I'm still a narcissist, y'all. And Ben still a narcissist. Like I slip every single day. I don't even think I slip. Honestly, I just think I'm more in tune with who I am. I'm just kind of unapologetically me, and it's just like I tell you who I am. Like I'm not like people just like you shouldn't be friends with a narcissist. Like why? Like y'all, I don't need to manipulate you. I really, really, truly don't. There's no gain from sitting here lying and doing all this other stuff. So I'm just like literally being me. I feel like my platform allows me for the first time in my life to be authentic and genuine in who I am. Yeah. Do I hold some stuff back? Yeah. If I said every single thing that was on my mind, y'all probably would block me. Like I ain't listen to Lee Hammock no more. Like that. But yeah, I'm gonna let Ben hop on part 1, y'all.
Yeah. So I think for me, like part of it was like seeking treatment as far as like figuring out like who I am, like figuring out like what's actually going on, figuring out like, hey, like I've got this cycle that keeps happening. Like, how do I actually break it? How do I stop, going from person to person? How do I stop like, hurting other people? How do I decide that like, hey, this is me that wants to change? And part of it was getting to the place where I was like frustrated. I was like tired of it, like, but it came down to it of like me wanting to change for myself. Me wanting to work on myself for myself, not for my wife, not for another person, not for anything else like that, but like literally like saying like, hey, I want to put in the work because like I don't want to keep living like this. Like I don't want to keep having these same responses, these same actions, these same cycles happening like all the time. And so like with the aspect, I think I kind of read the question differently in the back of like how to avoid slipping back into narcissistic behaviors. I think I would change that, and I was like, how do we avoid slipping back into toxic stuff? Like how do we avoid like not cheating or like not gaslighting our wives or like stuff like that. So like for me, like that's like a constant thing of saying like, hey, like how am I interacting? How am I coming across? So like for me, sometimes it's like meditation, the stuff I do with like the warrior group of like my stacking of like making sure I'm acknowledging like the truth and acknowledging the feelings and thoughts I have so that I'm not bringing those into the relationship in a destructive manner.
Yes. So perfect.
There's like a million comments that came in while we were talking.
Well, I'm sharing. I'm still sharing it on Facebook and YouTube right now in the background.
There you go.
Right now.
Do narcs realize that intermittently reinforcing and disappearing and breadcrumbing draws people closer? I get they're shoring up new supply, but wondering if they're aware of the bond, even if they don't know the name. I would say yes, but they probably paint it in a different picture. Reinforcing, disappearing, and breadcrumbing, for a narcissist might be like, oh, I'm flirting. Oh, I'm like creating a relationship. Like, oh, like this is love. Like they'll put a different label on it, but yeah, there's an aspect for sure that they know what they're doing. And a lot of times it's scripted out.
Yep, I would agree with that.
I think I talked a little bit about that last week about it being like intentional capture, I guess.
Yeah. What did you say? I put my glasses on.
I'm afraid of meeting new people, and I'm extremely jaded because there's so many hurtful people out there. It's so hard to meet new friends and just have them hurt you too.
So I'm reading a book right now called Out of the Fog by Dana Morningstar, and she goes over something very, very similar. She's like, so this one of the main questions that I'm pretty sure that Ben gets and I get when we're doing one-on-ones or in our comment sections is, how do I avoid attracting narcissists? How do I stop picking narcissists in my life? How do I keep them away? And the answer to that question is like, you can't avoid them, y'all. They're going to be there. What you can do is educate yourself, educate yourself on narcissistic behaviors, narcissistic patterns, narcissistic personality disorder, and the traits that come along with it. And if you pick a narcissist, don't ignore the red flags. Just don't ignore the red flag. If it doesn't feel right, it's not right. Don't go against your intuition. Trust your intuition. Your gut, like my gut says this doesn't feel right. My stomach bubbles and I fart and poot every time I'm around this person, but I love them, so I'm gonna give them a second chance. Stop. If you fart and pooting and damn crapping on yourself every time you see this person, your body is rejecting them. It's just your heart is still in. Pick and choose. Like you said, you can't control who you attract, but you can control the amount of time that they're. You can control the amount of time that person is in your life and what role they play in your life. So just educate yourself. Be strong about it. Yeah, don't be scared. Don't let that fear keep you. Don't let fear hold you hostage. Pretty much. Brittany again. Oh, yeah, the meet and greet. Brittany said, Brittany says, how did you stop lying? Who said we stopped lying? It's something it's something that's a codependent that I've struggled with. Swallow my truth to not offend others. Even in the simple, is this okay? I still have a hard time saying my truth. You got to get out of it. Like I said, most narcissistic people are going to lie, y'all. It's just like it's just literally like second grade humor. I mean, not humor. I read a comment while I was talking. It's second grade, like, oh shit. Well, I read a comment. Sorry, y'all. I got confused. I was talking. I read a comment. It said fifth grade bathroom humor. Sorry, they caught my eye. Sorry, y'all. But most it's second nature. So that's what I meant to say. Lying is second nature, not second grade. Lying is second nature to most narcissistic people, y'all. It just comes off the tongue. Like if I catch myself, I tell little lies now. If I catch myself telling a little lie, I'll immediately correct myself. I'm like, damn, that was unnecessary. I was just talking. I'll try to bruise it up, brush it over with a little joke or something like that. But if I catch myself lying, I'll just just say that right there. I get it out of my mouth. I have to apologize immediately. Like, yeah. Hector Rivera from the movie Coco. Ooh, that was a lie. I apologize for doing that. Just that right there. I've been watching Coco too much.
Yeah. No, I mean, like Brittany, like for my mindset, I'm very like analytical in how I process stuff and even like setting goals. Like there was a point in my life where as I was going through like the Warrior Project and like learning like different stuff of what I wanted to change in my life, like it got to be a place where I was like, okay, like this month or like this week, like I'm just going to identify the lies. Like it wasn't like I even like went in and I'm gonna stop lying, because like part of it is like I had to like catch them first. And then there's part of like, okay, I'm gonna like catch them like after they happen and like circle around and say something. Now I want to catch them like as they're happening. Now I want to stop them. Like there's a point of like almost like a systematic approach that I had to take to try to be able to get to it. And like, from start to finish, a good like 6 to 8 months of working on some of that till I got to the place where I was like, I actually can't think of any other lies that I have. you know, like I felt like I had to like clear house for like a good while before I kind of felt like that weight lift off of like, I don't have to like fabricate or remember multiple versions anymore.
Yes.
There you go.
Oof. You're sure an open relationship won't work? I'm very serious when I say I don't trust a man won't cheat. If it's open, at least he won't have to. I just feel like he'll still lie. I just feel like y'all will literally bend over backwards, literally, in an open relationship to make somebody else happy because you don't trust them. Why be in a relationship if you don't trust them? Don't be with them.
Mm-hmm.
You in an open relationship because when I say I don't trust a man won't cheat, if it's open, at least he won't have to lie. He'll still lie. You know what I mean? They will still actively lie to you. I didn't go clap those cheeks. And then what do? You believe them because you're in an open relationship, right? But I just, to me personally, this is how my mind feels right here, y'all. I couldn't be in an open relationship. I'm very, very, selfish with my, with my significant other.
Territorial.
Yeah, territorial. Yeah, and I get I get jealous as shit really, really quickly. So that wouldn't work for me. You know what I mean? I feel like most narcissists, it wouldn't work for them. It's just like, hey, honey, don't go. Hey, where you going, honey? Oh, you gonna go have sex with this person you met on Tinder? Oh, try not to let them clap the cheeks too hard. I want a piece later. That wouldn't work for me. My mind would just be like, damn, she's going, they're getting bent over and her back getting beat in right now. My mind doesn't work that way. I would be sitting here waiting for you to get back. Trust me. Just like I feel like you got some trust issues right there, seeking answers.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with that too is like the open relationship will only work one-sided. Like open relationship is only going to work when you tell the narcissist, hey, let's have an open relationship, and the narcissist can go do whatever they want, but like don't you dare step out or you'll have hell to pay. And like that's not just me saying that, that's me saying that from like people that have said that to me because they've tried to do that, like especially like open relationships, like threesomes, like orgies, like all this kind of stuff. Like people are like, oh, I'm gonna do this because it's gonna make this person happy and maybe they'll stay with me, maybe they'll love me better, all this kind of stuff. It never works. All you end up doing is feeling shitty at the end of the day, and it doesn't change their abusive behavior.
Yep. They'll use it against you later on too. Most narcissistic people are going to be extremely jealous, y'all. They'll use it against you later on. So what's it? My biggest problem at this point is admitting I was a victim. I'd rather just admit I made bad choices, but the ripple effects remain. My friend says PTSD. I just can't beat that. Refuse to. Why not? Why not? I feel like admitting that you might have been a victim is the first step in healing, because that allows you to go from victim to survivor to thriver. I feel like you can't take the next steps until you admit where you are in life. Yeah, you might have PTSD. It's not the end of the world. I just feel like if you just keep fighting against what happened, it's just like, oh, I made some bad mistakes. You made some bad choices. So the next time when it gets worse, are those still your choices? You know what I mean? I just feel like there's some self-responsibility there, but everything that happened in a relationship is not your fault. It can't be. So I just feel like you gotta just take the time and just like, I just feel like sometimes you gotta admit to where you are to get to where you want to go.
I think, Tony, like the biggest thing with that, I was like, I'd rather just admit I made bad choices, would be like the idea of like, if you can say when you walked in the relationship, you knew everything about narcissism you knew now, then you might be able to say, I just made bad choices. If you walked into it 100% educated, like knowing this is what's going to happen, like, hey, like I'm signing up to get abused right now, then you could say, okay, maybe bad choices. But like, I guarantee you, like you didn't walk into that relationship knowing everything about it. You didn't walk into that relationship knowing all about narcissism. So at that point, it's not that you just made bad choices. It's that someone else came into your life and groomed and manipulated and gaslit you to get the result that happened, whatever your situation it is. Whether you want to identify as a victim or survivor, at the end of the day, you need to acknowledge the truth of what happened, whether you put a label on it or not. Acknowledge the truth of what's happened so you can continue to grow and change and develop.
Yep. Rashika again. I was just looking at your Snapchat story, girl. I feel kind of lost, like I won't be able to find someone who truly loves me in the end. Currently just focusing on me, have a bit of healing left, but Feel so drained. Did you just graduate? I just saw you the whole graduation photo shoot you did on Instagram. You just glowing up, girl. God, don't let that man take your glow. I literally just watched you on Instagram shining. You were shining, glow. Y'all be so willing and able to let some bum ass person steal your fucking shine for what? For what? For what? Like this one person out of 8 billion people on this fucking planet, only this one person can love you? No, that's not what love is. Love shouldn't hurt. Love shouldn't be painful. You know, people are like, can narcissists love? I know love shouldn't hurt. Love shouldn't make you feel like the way you feel right now. Yeah, you're gonna feel kind of lost. Like most people feel kind of lost until you find yourself. You're in the forest of the trauma bond right now. And once you start making your pathway through it, you heal. You only way you out of the trauma bond forest is to cut a pathway through it. You have to pull out your healing machete and start chopping down branches. New supply, chop. Old supply, chop. Bum ass, what if he's doing? Like chop it down. Threatening to unalive himself, chop. You sent me a video. This man was like literally had a knife and he was fucking trying to cut his own arm with a butter knife. You know, chop your way out of the fucking forest. You are on your glow up journey right now. And honestly, that's how most narcissistic people want you to feel in the end. They want you to feel like there's no one else out there for you. So you keep coming back to me. That's exactly the feeling right there. That's the end result of gaslighting and manipulation and a lot of stuff going on in that situation. Well, you and you're powerful. You're a beautiful woman. Power up. You got it. Sorry, I get into my modes.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, that's good.
Victim, survivor, thriver. There you go. See, power up.
It like updated and like lost.
I'm married. You married.
I'm like having like a major lag over here. Sorry. I like tried to click a comment and then it like moves. Oh, there you go.
I don't want more than one man. Just seriously don't think any man can be satisfied with just one woman. I mean, you don't need it. You do need it. Go to therapy. And that's not me trying to make a joke. I'm dead serious. Go to therapy and heal. Because they're right there. I feel like that's what most narcissistic people want you to feel. Just like I was just telling Rashika, they want you to make you feel like nobody else will want you. You personally won't be enough for anybody else. That's the conditioning at the end. They take away your value. They take away your worth. You feel like you're not worth anything. It's just like, oh, it takes 2 of me or 3 of me to satisfy a man. Just like, hey, new person, I want to be in. You want to have a one-sided open relationship. You should say you don't want another man. You just willing to let him go out and do what he wants to do, as long as he comes home to you. That's a very dangerous lifestyle to live because they'll end up leaving you for somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
I know your picture. I know this picture from somewhere. Where are you from, KMA? I know that picture.
He discarded me for the 3rd time, but now he filed for divorce. Is this the end, or will he be back? A lot of times they'll still be back. I would say you want to make sure that you end up getting through the divorce, and then make sure you go no contact.
What do you want? Ask yourself, what do you want this to be the end? Mm-hmm. Discarded me for the 3rd time. That means he's came back 2 times before, but now he filed for divorce. Is this the end? Do you want it to be the end? Or do you want this person to come back? Because now if you let him come back, he's going to feel like he can leave at any time. And he can just use threatening to leave as a way to manipulate you into doing what he wants you to do, to give an end to his demands or his desires or whatever. So what do you want?
Why don't narcissists ever take their rage out on their families? After all, it's the caregiver who created them. Why us?
I think your situation, every narcissistic situation is going to be different. Because some do take it out. Some do take it out on their families. Mm-hmm. Some do. Like sometimes, like I talk to a lot of parents on one-on-ones whose kids end up being narcissistic and just like they want to cut their kids off. They're like, my son, I love him, but goddamn, he just terrorizing me. You know, sometimes they do take it out on their families because their families raised them and made them who they are. You know what I mean? So they do take it out. It's just, I feel like your situation might be unique to you, but sometimes they do take it out on their families. And sometimes the families are huge enablers, so they want to take it out on them. If I say yes to everything that Ben's doing, he won't take it out on me. He take it out on you.
Or if they're like narcissistic to start off with, then they all kind of have like that same bond direction in one sense. So it seems more like a pact than it does seem someone that like screwed them over.
Yep. It's so bad. What is the best way to respond to them going MIA for a few days if you're not ready for no contact yet? Working towards. So they go no contact with you for they ghost you for a few days?
Bonded them. So yeah, so they disappeared for a few days. If she's not ready to go, no contact. We're working towards no contact.
So I feel like there's a few other questions I have to ask you right here. Like, what are they doing when they go MIA? Because I feel like if typically this how it is, if they're not with you, if they're not engaging with you, then they're with somebody else trying to engage with somebody else. So you might not have to go no contact pretty soon. They're probably gonna discard you, honestly.
Yeah, sometimes when they go MIA, that's a great time to start no contact. Like unless there's something like, you know, unusual where you have to, you know, gear it a certain way because of your exit strategy. You know, the majority of the time, if they leave, then that's a great time to go no contact.
So the rain here.
Yeah, it poured here earlier.
My husband literally says, "You deserve the worst things in life. You will never see me at my best." I feel like, so again, KMA, do you want him to come back? I just feel like you said he discarded you twice. You deserve the worst things in life. I feel like he meant that when he said that. I feel like he meant that. Mm-hmm. So if you want him back into your life, the worst things in life might actually be him. What he's going to do to you through the duration of your life. You'll never see me at my best. So they're right there. It sounds like he's trying to blame you for holding him back in life. Honestly, you know, my head
right.
A little bit.
Penny, be nice. We're all on our healing journey here. One step at a time.
Baby steps.
Did you have to go through several therapists to find a good one? I had a terrible therapist, and it really made me confused more than before. Yeah. But I mean, for me, like I did EMDR therapy for a couple months, and then I kind of shopped around for therapists. I think the one that I settled on was like the fourth therapist that I went to that actually could, one, see through the BS, and then two, actually provide a safe place for me to be able to open up.
Yeah, so me, I'm part of the blessed crew, 1 for 1. I've been with my same therapist for 5 years almost now, even though Ben has probably had more sessions than me. I've been with the same one for 4 years, for 5 years. I got that on him.
Yeah.
I lost the browser. I keep trying to share it on my YouTube because I lost the tab. 127 on YouTube watching though. That's cool. Yay. When I asked this guy why he ghosted me despite him saying he wanted to see me again, he replied, "Sigh. What is he saying in that response? I love the male perspective." So he ghosted you despite him saying he wanted to see you again. So I feel like this is the male perspective that you probably don't want to hear. It was like, if you allow this man to keep coming into your life, he's just gonna use you and discard you. That's just like, now you could be married, or you could be a side chick or some shit like that. I just feel like, sigh. Like he said the word sigh. He didn't send the emoji. I typed the word sigh to my phone to get the little emoji with, you know, so I could send the emoji. He just said sigh. Shit. What is he saying?
I mean,
yeah.
To me, the sigh is like, oh, great. Like, you're back at it. You're just an inconvenience in my life. That's really, is that a bug?
Yeah. My I don't know. My lights attract bugs. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, for a narcissist, I would say like you're being inconvenient to his life of how he wants to live.
Yes. And if you allow him to ghost you and come back into your life, you are saying you are okay with the ghosting. Mm-hmm. You are saying you are okay with the ghosting. Y'all should be. So I did. I mirrored I mirrored my camera now, so I know it points the right way.
No, you pointed the opposite way.
So it's mirrored to me.
It's mirrored to you, yeah. But on the screen, I still see like you point out.
Oh God! See, yeah, it does it. I believe like it's mirrored here to me.
That's funny.
You should offer
put, like sticky notes, like Lee's over here, over there. Sorry.
Y'all should offer tandem one-on-ones. We just go back and forth. Like, what do you think, Ben?
That'd be interesting.
Narcissist?
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would be. I don't know how we would set that up. It's just like dual session.
You can actually set it up. You can actually set it up with Calendly where like it sees your available times and my available times, and people like you could make an event where people could schedule like I have a certain schedule where they could make a schedule, and if it matched up where both were available, it would schedule like all 3 people.
Yeah, this is my last meeting acuity right here, so I'm about to switch over. But if you want to do a tandem one-on-one, we were actually doing tandem one-on-ones in person in Virginia Beach a couple weeks ago, honestly. So y'all should come up to the live meetup in Durham, North Carolina on July 23rd. And we can do a tandem one-on-one there in person, you know.
There you go. Yeah. We can do a tandem group one-on-one.
Group one-on-one, yeah.
Group
coming. I'm excited.
Hey, that's what we're thinking about. More people that show up on meet and greets means closer we can get to actually doing like a workshop or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, God, that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool, y'all. I don't think y'all understand that.
I'm like lost some comments. I'm like way behind. I don't even know what.
Yeah, I just looked on YouTube. There's a lot of people watching on YouTube right now. I just clicked through. It was like it was 1:15. That was like 1:30 earlier.
I got 149 people watching right now.
Oh yeah, yay! Nice.
Yeah. Seeking answers. She says she's in a mood tonight. We can tell.
I just dare him to try and Hoover. You know, like what would happen? You know what I mean? Just shut it down. Shut the Hoover down. You know, you just waiting. Like I wish. Like it's like you sitting it's like you wait for him to kick your door and you sitting by the door with your shotgun. You're like, come on in here, motherfucker. I got something for you. You know what I mean? Like old grandma. I have no self-confidence left. Where'd your self-confidence go? Say nobody. So do you see the word right there? You said self-confidence is your confidence. You can't let somebody else can't take your confidence. You have to give it to them. So you have to, if you have the ability to give it to them, you have the ability to take it away from them. You have to work on yourself. The more you internalize the narcissistic toxic abuse that you go through, the more poisonous it becomes to your system. You have to get it out. Write it down. Write down your truth. You have no self-confidence left, which indicates that you had self-confidence before the relationship. So now you have to get it back. Work through it. Write it down. Talk to other people about this shit. Don't let that person win. They can't win. Ben, I'm taking a road trip. Come through.
I tried to click on it and it like moved up. Yeah, Vicky, come on down. Come on over.
Yeah, it's going to
I'll hold you to it.
The bigger the events get, like I said, the more likely we're going to be leaning towards a workshop, y'all. Seriously, it's coming soon. So y'all just stay tuned. Doofdorf says, I'm a covert narcissist and just found both you guys' channels. I can't take line and refusing to grow, wasting my life and hurting people around me anymore. Like being this selfish sucks. Yeah, it sucks. Like, hey, it definitely sucks. That's why it's like you have to take the first steps, and admitting it is a step in the right direction, but doesn't mean you're going to continue to go on that step in the right direction. Take the necessary steps, admitting it, deciding to work on yourself, an action plan. You can admit it, like I'm a narcissist, and didn't absolutely do nothing else about it after this comment right here you just left. Go to therapy, work on yourself, write some shit down, take responsibility for your actions, and take some accountability where you are in life right now. I don't know where you are in life, but take it up.
How do you grow emotionally? Is therapy the only option? So I think how do narcs grow emotionally? I missed that part.
I didn't see that word.
I think therapy is a great option for everybody, whether it's a narcissist or whether it's not a narcissist. Like, I think it's a great option for everybody, especially like trying to understand who you are, what's actually happened. I was talking to my therapist today and she was like, I think a lot of personality disorders out there all stem from trauma. Like, there's all these different aspects of trauma is like built all these different styles of personalities out there that are all like screwed up in one sense from different trauma. And so like people to grow emotionally, like, yeah, I think a huge aspect is like being able to get in therapy and be able to work through it. Otherwise, like, you need to have someone who is educated in that stuff and also able to help kind of rebuild and help rewire some of the pathways that are not commonly there, for narcissists trying to figure out like what does all this stuff mean.
Yep. So most narcissistic people are going to be emotionally underdeveloped, y'all. And so how do you know what to work on if you don't know you need to work on it? So you get a lot of narcissistic people that understand that there is an issue with them. It's like, I can do it myself. I don't need a therapist, because they want to keep it to themselves. But you can't work on the issues if you don't know what the issues actually are.
Mm-hmm.
You think you have a person like, I know I have anger issues. I'm going to work on my anger. What causes the anger? What is the trigger from the anger? What happened in your childhood or your young adulthood that made you such an angry ass fucking person? Like, you have to have somebody that knows the tools to help you get to that point. You know what I mean? To help you guide you along the path of somewhat healing and growth. You have to. Mm-hmm. Letty, why would a narcissistic want to be with someone who is married if they want full attention? I would discard it for a married woman. Did the married woman leave her husband? It's like there's that right there. I feel like I need to know that before I can answer this question.
I think also part of it's just like the high of the chase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you win. Like, if you take somebody else's wife, you feel like you just the damn champion, king, or whatever. But do you? Taking people are the best for them. They can never discuss any commitment. It's purely it can be purely physical, but sometimes they can be talking about leaving each other's husbands and wives for each other. So it can be purely physical. You know what I mean? Or it could be the goal of getting together behind the scenes and things like that. Or this is what happens as well. If I'm married and you're married, then we both have something to lose, so you can keep your fucking mouth shut. So sometimes that happens too. So you'll be quiet. You can't tell anybody. If you try to blow my life up, you're gonna be blowing your life up. So you gonna tell on me? You know what I mean? So again, sometimes narcissistic people look for people who have equal to lose. Do narcissists admit it to themselves even when they lie to the rest of the world? Admit what? I don't know. Right here, I just know. Like, sometimes I would sit right there and look at my life. I'm like, damn, my life is kind of fucked up. I should be better. But then I was just automatically go to blaming everybody else for where I was in life. I would just immediately start pointing the finger, like, you know what, my mom do it. She wasn't there for me enough. My dad wasn't in the picture. I have a reason to be where I am at. So I would point, even when I'm by myself, I'll be pointing fingers at everybody else.
And Vicky said she was gonna make the road trip. That's a lot of hours, but it'd be good to see you there.
Where's she at?
That way. I'm just blanking on how far. Vicky, if you're talking about the song that was on my story today, it was "Carry On" by Falling in Reverse.
Oh yeah, he sent me this song. Awesome song. She didn't leave. Her husband is pretty wealthy, so he left you to be a side dude. It's kind of stanky. Why do narcissists always go back to? They don't always go back, but the ones that do go back, it's just the path of least resistance. Like most narcissistic people want to feel needed, so that baby mother needs me. You want to keep the family back together? It's literally the path of least resistance, and typically there are going to be some residual feelings there from the relationship, so it's easier to go back. You know me, I know you. It's just simple, just easy. Yeah, so they don't always go back. They just go back sometimes. It's super rain outside. There's your answer. He's in it for the money. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I don't know. Just some men want to be pampered too, y'all. They go for wealthy married women. Pamper me.
Chicago. That's right. She's coming from Chicago.
Okay. I just thought the woman from Chicago, the 101 and a half, she was in Chicago. Kelly, lovely lady love is in Chicago as well, y'all.
And Vicky, you'll probably be the farthest person then. The last one we had in Virginia, we had someone come from Philadelphia. So you might win the farthest trip award.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Not that we have an award, but we'll buy you a copy.
we should get one. Idea, just like, here's your trophy.
Do narcs lie to themselves as well as other people? Like, is there distrust because they don't trust themselves? I'm struggling on the last part, but the first part, I'd say yes, especially like unaware, like lie to themselves to be able to convince what they're doing is okay.
No. I feel like there's a lot of delusions that go into the unaware narcissism. So I was gonna say, yeah, too. I was just trying to take a word to put behind it. Like, yeah, most
it's like the narcissists. They're taking the flashlight of gaslighting and they're putting it on you, and then every once in a while, like, oh yeah, it is a pretty light, and then they like put it back on you too. Like it's like the gaslighting sometimes goes like both ways. I think like narcissistically.
Abby from Philadelphia is in the chat.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. See, hey,
awesome. Good to see you. See, look, here's someone that came and saw us.
Yeah, cool. Hey, Abby, what's going on, girl? Hey, I love that. I love it. We appreciate you making that drive. Thank you so much. Truly. Thank you. Come to Texas. We gotta get people on board for Texas. You know, we have a group called the Narc Avengers that we're part of, and 4 of the members are in Texas. But like,
yeah,
we'll
4
4. So that has the possibility of being the biggest event. So that might be the speaking.
Hey, it's not about how many people are there because they haven't done their own event. So we started ours over here. We're like, we got to get it going.
Yeah, I think I would pop if they had their own little event. I would pop up on them. Like, hey,
oh yeah,
I'm coming through.
For sure.
He's kept me around for 15 years. Click on that one quick. He's near the bottom.
That one.
The first part says, to me, I think he doesn't believe in true love, doesn't believe it's possible with anyone. He's admitting he's getting bored after 2 times, yet he's kept me around for 15 years. It's crazy getting free of it. So are you actively
I didn't see the first one.
Yeah, I saw her name. It's LM. It's like right below Abby.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's like it's a decent ways above.
Yeah. He doesn't believe in true love. So me personally, I don't believe in true love, y'all. What is true love? I don't people use true love at first sight. What does that mean, y'all? What does that mean to y'all? Because true love is something I just like. Well, it's true. When I hear true love, I think about Anna from Frozen, when she was in love with Hans from the Southern Isles.
True love.
Yeah. Within 25 minutes of meeting. It's true love. Like, what is true love? Honestly.
You can't just be in love with someone you just met.
Yay. She said it was worth it. Thank you. Seriously, Abby, thank you so fucking much. Honestly. Thank you so much. Like that I don't think you understand. Me and my wife were talking about you the other day. She was just like, I remember Abby came. She wanted to hug me and stuff like that. I took a picture. So thank you so much. That's cool as shit. Honestly,
that's awesome. There should be meetups for AA, like for narcissists.
What would we do? Just sit there and deny the narcissism? Yeah.
Gaslighting this week.
Yeah, I'm actually not a narcissist. My wife just said I'm just here. Wife.
The only meeting for narcissists where they all showed up and no one's a narcissist. I'm not gonna lie, every time I go to therapy, and like literally almost every time, I like sit in the lobby and there's like a lobby there and there's like, I don't know, like 10, 15 different chairs or whatever. And like whenever I sit down, I always want to look over. Like it's always like either a couple random people or some different people. I always want to look over and be like, so what are you in for? Because it's like we're all here like broken trying to fix this stuff. You know, I remember you came up with the idea of like we need to do like a skit of the narcissist training the narcissist or whatever, right?
Oh, yeah. That's coming soon too. Play who's the biggest victim in Narcissist Anonymous. I just did a video on this right here. I just did a YouTube video on that very recently. Why do narcissists pass insults off as jokes and then gaslight you for being too sensitive? But I think a lot of times they want to insult you. They just cover that. I honestly, let me be real with you. I used to do this a lot. I think I kind of still do it now. I just kind of still do it now. Just like, just little subtle insults and just cover with a joke. It just depends on how you react to it. If you react to me in a joking way, then it's just a joke. But if you react to me in a mean way, then you're too sensitive. So it's kind of an open-ended joke. You kind of, it's like one of those old like Goosebumps books where you kind of pick the pathway. Turn to page 47 for this answer and page 50 for this one. That's what it is right there. You turn to page 50, you're gonna get you'll get the gaslight. Yeah, I'm old school. Yeah. I'm about to be 40 here. So my birthday's in 3 weeks, y'all. So I'm about to be 37. Old man suit.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I think a lot of times like the they pass off the insults as jokes after the fact, because like a lot of times it's telling the truth, like you just said, and it's like a baiting term of like, hey, I'm gonna say this, see how you react, and that lets me know what else you're willing to take.
Yep.
Here you go. Kirsten is asking for some practical ideas.
What are 2 or 3 things we can do each day to heal our psyches? Some practical ideas. So, number 1 thing you can do right here. Look for my book. This is the one I feel like this can guide you right here. Look up this right, the Trauma Bond Recovery Journal on Amazon by Lisa Sunny. Y'all see her right here. Stronger Than Before. My home. See, he has one too. So Ben has one too. You know, Stronger Than Before is an amazing journal. Journaling helps you. Understanding what you went through can help you heal. 2 or 3 things each day. I feel like that's a lot of different things you can do. I don't have 2 or 3 things you can do each day, because that means in a month you're doing 90 different things. Do this right here, journal, and talk to people. Get around people who have been through similar shared experiences. You know what I mean? Go somebody who has been through something that you went through as well. You know what I mean? Just talk to other people. Get in my comments. Get in my comment section. Get in Ben's comment section. Message people. Don't be afraid to talk to people. You've been stifled long enough. You know what I mean? Talk to somebody in the comment section. I like literally have best friends cultivate relationships in my comment section. It's kind of crazy. It happens though. Find people who similar experiences.
Amber put in DBT therapy, mindfulness therapy. Those books are amazing. Like stuff about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever helps you heal, y'all. I'm a big proponent of whatever helps you heal. It's a dig, not a joke. Again, that depends on which pathway you take, which path you want to choose. Which journey are you choosing, the joke or the dig? The dig. If you take it as a joke, then we both laugh. If you take it as a dig, you're too sensitive. So that kind of you kind of determine which way that goes. Yes, it's meant as an insult, but you determine which way it goes.
Yeah. Some of these are just like people talking to each other.
Oh yeah, just a chat. See, I like that. See, again, I told you, get in the comments, talk to each other.
They're trying to set up their group drive to North Carolina.
Oh, hey,
I'm telling you, we're gonna max out the location at this time.
It's a big spot there. I'm telling y'all, it's like. I'm telling you, the bigger the events get, the more like I don't think y'all understand how happy I was with the turnout. And nobody was gonna show up. I was like, nobody's gonna show up. Then Abby came through. I'm unbelievably thankful, y'all. I am thankful. Those tears that I told y'all I was gonna fake, I'm gonna fake them in here in a few minutes for y'all. You'll get those fake tears at the end. I just want.
I thought it was awesome. Yeah, we had 30, 35 people show up. It was really cool. It was really cool.
I want to thank everybody for coming through for real. I just don't want to get emotional right now. Like literally just rub your eyes, y'all. Just change your voice a little bit. I really just want to thank everybody for coming through. Like people don't show me that they care that much anymore. So there you go. Mind games. You're creasing me up. Isabel, what's Isabel saying? Isabel talking shit? Oh.
They're like going back and forth.
All my male friends are narcissists. When I divorced, I did. It's going fine. Squeeze some tears out for it. Yeah, I don't have time. I have to say that for. I have limited tears, y'all. My tear ducts are just like running low. I have to say those for acting set one day.
Yeah, I used to joke and be like, well, I teared up enough for this month, so
yeah, that's my running joke. Like I have no more love to give. I say shit like that all the time.
Here the next month. Oh my gosh.
What did Tony say? Did Tony shut up?
I just trying to keep track of what all is going on in the. Oh, they live close together.
Oh, I was just like, wait.
I'm just trying to keep track. Everybody's talking to each other. It's fine. Me and I can just hang out. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll just We just plan the next meetup. So what we going after North Carolina?
Why did narcissists try to turn your children against you when you finally decide to end it, saying you're the reason for the relationship ending, etc.?
Why did narcissists try to turn your children against you when you? Because you need weapons against the other person. Like, how dare you? It's like you reject me, so I want everybody around you. I want to make the pain that I feel. I want to make you feel that pain. Mm-hmm. Honestly, come on. So again, I know y'all gonna judge me for this, but I'm just being real with y'all. When my wife left me, that's my first thought. I was like, I can't what am I gonna tell my son about her? I just thought in my head, I was like, what am I gonna tell my son about her? Just to hurt her feelings. When he goes home and he starts talking, when he's like 4 or 5 years old, I want him to go in there one day from a visit and just be like, Dad said this, and just fuck you up, fuck your whole day up, rock your world one day. You called me angry. I'm just like, it worked. That's how my mind used to work, y'all. Honestly, this is a couple of years ago. So not really used to. It's kind of how my mind works. Immediately, want to make you to match my own, or make what you did to me internally. I want you to feel that, or worse.
Sheena, that's awesome. 55 days, no contact. That's awesome.
Oh, there you go. Out of default, the further you get away from the radiation, from the toxicity, the better you feel. This is a fun live. Yeah, there we go. We have fun, y'all. This is like we can play some music and start dancing next time. Like, do a TikTok trend.
I showed up at my house after 4 years, wanting to make amends for abandoning me when I was pregnant, never seeing or supporting her child. What does he really want?
Oh God, what do you really want? It's just like, shut up to your house. Like, do you have a boyfriend or a husband that lives in there? Fuck that. We're not doing that. He come back violating boundaries.
That's crazy.
He had to earn it.
It's hard to know exactly what he wants. Like, I mean, it could be a Hoover, it could be manipulation, it could be control, it could be just getting back in your head. Like,
so is he homeless?
Right. What is this? Why would a narcissist want to take Christmas and birthday gifts from the children as part of the divorce and the kids aren't even in common? Huh?
So I'm confused. Right? The end kind of confused me. Are they not biological children? I'm confused right there, y'all.
Maybe.
Sam Vakman is an amazing professor. Yeah, he's cool. I need to watch some of his stuff. I need to. It was good. Yeah.
Someone asked me the other day if they're like, oh, I think you started like listening to someone else, like another. It wasn't Sam Vadkin, but it's like someone else, and I was like, nope, like never listened to him.
Wow.
This is all my stuff.
Yeah, the only person stuff I listen to. I listen to your stuff. There's just people who know Narc Avengers and Cluster B Milkshake. Her stuff pop up. I'll listen to her sometimes. Anyway. Mm-hmm. Homeless equals hobosexual. That's how my last one got me. Yo, so this is my relationship advice. I know we had to cut this thing short here in a few minutes, y'all. My relationship advice to y'all: if they come to you without a fucking home, they don't love you. I just let you know. Just like, so where do you live at? I'm kind of in between houses right now, honestly. I think I can live with you. If they show up to the first date with a trash bag or a Glad bag or a suitcase or some shit, y'all, you're not. No, stop, please. If it's happened before, write it off. It's a tax write-off. You're not rehabilitation centers for broken men and homeless women and homeless men. Stop doing it, y'all. Please. Dear Lord. Don't let people live with you. Sometimes they'll force themselves into your house pretty much. Like, you'll go home, y'all mess around and clap some cheeks or something like that, and then they won't leave. When narcissism comes to the church, there you go. Yeah. Read that book, KMA.
I definitely say that there's a lot of narcissists in the church. There's a lot of narcissistic pastors in the church. I think I have a couple YouTube videos on it, actually. It's been a while. Oh, yeah. Brittany's already saying I have a couple podcasts. It's on YouTube. Go watch it on YouTube. But yeah. We're like all over the place tonight in the chat.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's that kind of out. It's a lot of people start tuning in. I was like, damn. Yeah,
We're
stay
gonna
one
have to get you all a side chat and then a place for questions.
Or y'all can meet on Ben's app, on the Narc app, and chat. He has a private a section on his app dedicated to stuff just like this, where y'all can talk to each other and chat it up. So if you haven't downloaded the Narc app on your Apple or iPod or your fucking
iPad.
Your iPad. I don't know if I can get on my Kindle Fire right here. We'll try it. But y'all see my phone. I have it right here in the center of my phone. Y'all need to download the Narc app right there. Right, look, I got it right beside TikTok. I've been it's right. Look, it's right. Look, my foremost use.
Right.
Let's see if I click on it. It's right there. So y'all click on the Narc app, and there you have it. Boundaries by Bree. You have courses. Look, download the Narc app in your Apple Place, Apple or Google App Store, wherever you own. Download it. I got it on both. Like I said, I got it on both my devices. It's on this too. It's on my phone right here too. So I got it on both my phones.
I just got some of like the draft stuff, the new stuff from Roe. It's like dating after your narcissistic relationship.
Yeah. So right here, y'all see right here in the middle, it says community right there. Yeah, click that. I ain't gonna show y'all private stuff that's going on in the community, but go in there, go to community, message board. You can talk and chat, get your questions answered. Are you two possessed by demons? Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Quite literally. No, Sheena, the app is free to download. You can download it for free.
So like what the app has, it's got courses in it. It also has a place to be able to record your truth, to be able to track your no contact, to be able to interact with other people, to share stuff you're learning on a day-to-day basis, to be able to interact with other survivors, to be able to ask for advice, to be able to join the weekly lives that are secured inside the app. So you can ask questions about ongoing situations and it's not publicized to the rest of the world. And also to be able to join in monthly coaching conversations that happen each month as well, along with other survivors.
So I said lead, yes. I just say yes to the demon question. Can I share this in my NA support group? No, you can't. Don't share this link.
Shit. Yeah, no, go for it. Share that, share the app, share whatever you want. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. So anyways, I think we're getting ready to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much for being here. If you guys haven't heard, obviously we've talked about it a couple times, but coming up in North Carolina, July 23rd, that's the time to be able to come out and see us, to see that we're not just faces behind a screen, we're actually real life people. I'm shorter than Lee, and you'll see that once you get there. But hey, it's all good. We want to be able to say hi, shake your hand, and see the survivors, and see your faces in person too. So excited to be able to see a lot of people there.
So there you go. Come through during North Carolina. Download the Narc app on all your platforms. Like I said, if you haven't downloaded the Narc, look, I have an Apple and I have a Samsung. It's on both my phones, right there, and it's right there. Download the Narc app. Stop playing. Yeah. Seriously, y'all keep asking like, where can I ask these questions at? What can I find like-minded people? What can I find similar shared stories in one convenient fucking place on the Narc app? Stop playing. You know what I mean? I'm on the Narc app. Y'all say again. Anyways. I'm not trying to force you guys to download the app, but download the app and come to the live in-person meetup, y'all, please.
Sounds good. Y'all have a great night. Take care.
North Carolina looks beautiful. It can be in the right areas. not where I grew up at. Like shit. I'm just
y'all have a good night.